Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Wherever you're at in the world, welcome to Last Rounds Baseball's live commentary of a Major League Baseball game. Today's game features the San Francisco Giants versus the Chicago Cubs. The commentary and views are our opinions and are not affiliated with Major League Baseball, the MLB, or their sponsors. We're providing live reports on the game being played and hope that English-speaking audiences around the globe can enjoy the game on YouTube and Twitch along with us. We'll be back in just a couple moments with today's starting lineups. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back at you. Would you like to support Last Rounds Baseball? We would appreciate it if you did. Be sure to check out our eBay page where we have baseball merchandise. We also have stuff from the Japanese League for those who listen from Japan, but we also do other sports like football and basketball as well. Don't forget, visit Last Rounds Baseball's eBay store to help support the channel. We'll be glad you did. Are you into digital cards? Last Rounds Baseball has you covered as we do daily Top Spun Digital 21 card breaks. This new wave of collecting allows baseball fans to collect digital cards and compete against each other for prizes. Check out our daily breaks and send us a trade to Last Wraps. Be sure to tell your friends. Welcome back, everybody. We'll give you today's starting lineups, and we'll begin with the visitors from San Francisco, the top team in Major League Baseball right now. Leading off and playing second base wearing number 18 is Tommy La Stella. Batting second and playing first base wearing number 9 is Brandon Belt. Batting third and doing the catching wearing number 28 is Buster Posey. In the cleanup spot and playing right field wearing number 31 is Lamont Wade Jr. Batting fifth and playing in left field wearing number 23 is Chris Bryant. Batting sixth and playing shortstop wearing number 35 is Brandon Crawford. Batting seventh and playing third base wearing number 10 is Evan Longoria. Batting eighth in center field wearing number 5 is Mike Yastrzemski. And batting ninth and doing the pitching today wearing number 52 is Dominic Leone. And they are going to face the ace of the Chicago Cubs staff, where it is going to be Kyle Hendrick taking to the hill. He is 14-6 on the season. He's got a 4.65 ERA. And now the starting lineup for the home team from Chicago. It is a very different lineup compared to what we witnessed earlier in the season when we called some of the Cubs games. Leading off and playing in center field wearing number 66 is Rafael Ortega. Batting second and playing first base wearing number 18 is Frank Schwindel. Batting third in left field wearing number 8 is Ian Happ. In the cleanup spot and doing the catching wearing number 40 is Wilson Contreras. Batting fifth and playing third base wearing number 16 is Patrick Wisdom. Batting sixth in right field wearing number 22 is Jason Hayward. Batting in the seventh spot and playing second base wearing number 13 is David Bote. Batting eighth and playing shortstop number 51, Sergio Alcantara. And batting ninth and doing the pitching wearing number 28 is Kyle Hendricks. We'll be back in just a couple moments as we are ready to get this one underway. Here is our friend Steve Rademacher, friend of our channel, and also a large supporter of our stuff. And in turn, we support Steve. Here you go, everybody. Here's Steve.
Hello, kids. Steve coming at you. It's Steve Rademacher. And if you like interesting stuff, if you like to laugh a little bit, and if you enjoy collecting, this channel's for you. If you like non-sport cards, we have them. You like pseudo-sport cards, we open them. Even if you like entire boxes of completely pointless stuff or other sports, we have everything here. I drop a different video every day, and there's always a theme to it, from No Filter Friday to Saturday morning cartoons, even Sunday shoutouts. Once in a while, we'll get a little froggy and show Money Money Monday, where I showcase a bunch of my currency. We have Legos, we have Star Wars, we have a good time. We even have my brother on Takeover Tuesday. Be there or be square. Back to Freddy.
As always, Steve, we appreciate your support. Taking to the hill is the right-hander Kyle Hendricks. He's ready to get this one going. The Chicago Cubs today are wearing a Wrigleyville type jersey. It's a interesting looking piece. It is probably a uniform that I like more than some of the other alternate or different type of jerseys. Not sure why they're going with the dark pants, but it's like a navy blue top with light blue outline on the letters and some white, a splash of white, and it is a pretty cool looking uniform set. The San Francisco Giants are in their road grays, and we're ready to get this one underway. It's a beautiful day for baseball at Wrigley Field. Hendricks takes to the bump, and he's ready to get this one rolling right about now. And here comes the first pitch out of the windup. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. We say fastball because Kyle Hendrick is not exactly a power arm. He's going to sit in the upper 80s, low 90s, but he's got very good control. So here comes the 0-1 pitch to La Stella, but La Stella has asked for time, and he's going to step out of the box, and we're going to do this all over again. So no balls and one strike. It's La Stella, Belt, and Posey here in the first inning. And there is a two-seam fastball that is taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-2. So no balls and two strikes to La Stella. The hallmarks of Kyle Hendrick is his ability to have great control. 160 2/3 innings this year, he's only walked 38 batters. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-2 to La Stella. He's been the workhorse of the staff for pretty much the last 4 seasons for the Cubs. Hendricks gets the assign from his catcher Contreras, and he's ready to go back to work. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. It is popped up over to the left side of the infield. We'll be back underneath it is the third baseman Wisdom, and he's going to make the catch. Is going to retire La Stella. It's going to go as a pop out to the third baseman. Wisdom was positioned over on the shortstop spot, or where the shortstop would normally stand, as they had La Stella played to the right side of the infield. So one up and one away, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, Brandon Belt. For Belt on the season, he's hitting a .250. He's got 21 homers and 43 runs batted in. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses low, and the count is 1-0. Belt batting from the left side, facing the right-hander Hendricks. Hendricks kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that just misses off the inside corner, and the count is 2-0 to Belt. There's a lot of late life on the pitch from Hendricks. He's got a lot of arm side run. So you can't give up on the pitch. You think that it's going to be inside, and then the ball just catches the corner. And, of course, there is a fastball that misses inside, and the count is 3-0. Quite hasn't got the command of his fastball yet. So 3 balls and no strikes. There is a fastball delivered to Belt, and it's taken for a called strike, and the count is now 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Buster Posey is waiting his turn on deck for the Giants. Hendricks gets the sign from his catcher Contreras. He rocks into the motion. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now is 3-2 on Belt. Belt having himself a productive season. This entire lineup for the Giants has been very steady from top to bottom, and there's a fastball that misses upstairs, and that is a 1-out walk for Brandon Belt here in the first inning. That's going to bring up the catcher Buster Posey. For Posey on the season, he's hitting .304. He's got 17 homers and 45 runs batted in. The most difficult inning for Kyle Hendricks on the season has been the first inning. If he can survive the first inning and get through the first inning, he usually settles right down. He's got an earned run average north of 8 in the first inning alone. The rest of the innings, it's below 4. There's the first pitch to Buster Posey. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Buster Posey hitting in the familiar three spot. The Giants have been able to keep their core for many years. You think of Brandon Belt, Buster Posey, Brandon Crawford, and there is a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is 0-2. Been able to maintain the core, the spine of their team, and also be able to at times build around it. There has not been per se a rebuild, even though last season was a clunker for the Giants. So here comes the no balls, 2-strike pitch. There's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is 1-2. We saw the Giants on Sunday night. It was Dominic Leone who got the start against the Dodgers. So we are anticipating a full bullpen day again for the Giants today. The difference is will manager Kepler extend them? There's a breaking ball swung on. It's slowly grounded to third. It's backhanded by Wisdom. He throws to first. The ball is off the bag. Schwindel makes the catch and applies the tag to Posey. So that's going to go down as a ground out 5-3, but it is going to advance Brandon Belt into scoring position with 2 away. That's going to leave it up to the right fielder, Lamont Wade Jr. Schwindel really only had one option to come off the base to make the play. Also, the third baseman, Wisdom, had no chance at second base. That ball was taking him in the direction of first. That was the only play that he was going to have. There's the first pitch fastball to Lamont Wade Jr. taken for a ball upstairs, and the count is 1-0. On the season, Wade Jr. is hitting .257. He's got 17 homers and 45 runs batted in. This is his 89th game that he's appearing in for the Giants this year. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on and missed. And the count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Comes the 1-1 pitch to Wade Jr. and Hendricks kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 2-1. Chris Bryant is waiting his turn on deck. The crew for tonight's game is Ryan Addition behind home plate. Carlos Torres is the umpire at first. Lance Barrett is at second. Alfonso Marquez is at third. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is chopped into the ground over on the third base side. Wisdom charges. He fields it barehand. He throws to first, and it's not going to be in time. Wade Jr. is going to be aboard with a infield single. That advances Belt over to third, and that is going to bring up former Chicago Cub making his first appearance in Wrigley Field since the trade, and that is Chris Bryant. He is getting a round of applause. He's getting a standing ovation. Contreras is gone to the front of the plate and given the signals for first and third, and Bryant taps the shin guards of his former teammate. Kyle Hendricks is letting him enjoy the moment as he's off the backside of the mound. The Cubs faithful are acknowledging their appreciation for Bryant as he had many good seasons in Chicago. The pending free agent at the end of this season was traded to the Giants before the deadline. And here's the first pitch from Kyle Hendricks. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away over on the third base side. And the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. The cell phones are out and people are recording the at-bat as the people are on their feet, still giving the former Cub their support. There is a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike, and the count is 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. This season, Bryant is hitting .266. He's got 24 homers and 65 runs batted in. Hendricks ready to go back to work. He comes set at the belt, and he fires over to first base and diving back in time. the base runner Wade Jr. Bryant gets himself dug in. Hendricks gets the sign from his catcher Contreras, and he's ready to go back to work. Here comes the 0-2 pitch, and it is a sinker swung on and missed. And that is going to retire Chris Bryant for the third out of the inning here in the top of the first. So for the Giants in their half of the first, they had no runs, one hit, no errors, and 2 runners left aboard. We're through a half inning at Wrigley Field. It is the San Francisco Giants nothing, the Chicago Cubs coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call of the bottom of the first inning. We're glad you're with us and tuned in today. Thanks for being here. Here's our friend Steve again.
Hey guys, and thank you, Freddie. Steve coming back at you. That's right, Steve Rademacher. I would like to thank each and every one of you that is tuned into my channel. And today, let's do a little shout out for some other great channels you should be watching. There is WVogs 18. There's Big D's Sports and Collectibles. You all know another Hollis build. Why not Like Father, Like Son? That's a great duo that does some great stuff. It shows some great cards. And of course, the one and only Bud Stoney, creators of One of Ones, the creator of One of Ones, and they're all signed on the back. Bud Stoney, One of One, like this beautiful Robin Yount that he made for me. He made me another Robin Yount, this time mini, and a Christian Yelich mini. Great cards, and he does more than cards. We have darts of Hulk Hogan and many other things. So give them a look-see and give me another look-see. Subscribers are always welcome, and back to Freddie.
Thanks again, Steve, and welcome back. We are moving to the bottom of the first inning, and it is going to be Rafael Ortega, Frank Schwindel, and Ian Happ to get things going for the Cubs in their half of the first inning. They're going to be taking on Dominic Leone. Dominic Leone got his first big league start the other day against the Los Angeles Dodgers on Sunday Night Baseball. The lifetime reliever has appeared in 285 big league games, with that one being the first start. However, he has been an opener, and he will be probably used as the opener again today. The only difference is the Giants went through a number of pitchers on Sunday, and how they will use their group today will remain to be seen. Are they going to stretch some of these guys out, or are they going to pretty much leave them with the one inning and a couple innings? Jose Quintana came in the middle part of the game and probably worked the longest, but he has been stretched out as a starter this year, certainly with the Angels before he had arrived in San Francisco. So the Cubs today have a different looking lineup than they did at the first half of the season. There's no Anthony Rizzo, there's no Baez, and there is no, of course, Chris Bryant. So here we go to begin the bottom of the first inning, and it's a first pitch fastball to Ortega taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. The Cubs, though, however, have been playing entertaining baseball over the last little bit, and here comes the 0-1 pitch. And there is a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count is 0-2. Certainly, the rebuild is in a full swing in Chicago. Comes the 0-2 pitch from Leone. There's a fastball that misses upstairs at 95 miles an hour, and the count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. The leadoff hitter Ortega. Ortega batting .288 on the season. He can run a little bit. He's got 8 stolen bases. He's got the most in the lineup today for the Cubs. And there's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 2-2. Ortega bats from the left side. Gets himself dug in against the right-hander Leone. Cubs fans are soaking in the sunlight today at Wrigley. There's not going to be too many of these days left in the month of September, as we're getting into the almost approaching fall. And here comes the pitch. It's a fastball at 96 that misses outside, and the count is 3-2 to Ortega. It's 78 degrees at game time. It's partly cloudy. The wind is blowing out to center field at 8 miles an hour. So here comes the pitch from Leon. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count remains at 3-2. Certainly this season for the Cubs, it is definitely going to be a time that they're going to be evaluating players for next year. Got a lot of youngsters in the lineup, trying to figure out what their core will start to look like or take shape. There's a fastball swung on and missed. And Ortega is retired on strikes. He's gone for the first out of the inning. Schwindel was originally an 18th round draft choice of the Kansas City Royals at the big league level. He's appeared with the Royals, the Cubs, and the Oakland Athletics. He was with Oakland at the beginning of the year this year, and then he came over to the Cubs. On the season, he's got 11 homers and 33 runs batted in. And then there's a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and one strike. Leon goes back to work quickly, and there's a slider that misses off the outside corner, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Schwindel. Right-hander against the right-hander. Leon comes set at the chest. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 2-1 to Schwindel. The other night against the Dodgers, Leon really had a efficient ball game. He came in and he didn't have to throw too many pitches in the first inning. This is going to be pitch number 11 here to the second batter of the inning. And it's a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul over on the first base side, and the count now goes to 2-2. Schwindel hitting .327 on the season. He's got the 4th highest OPS in the National League since August the 1st. So here comes the 2-2. It's a fastball just off the outside corner, and the count now goes to 3-2 to Schwindel. Neither starting pitcher today has been sharp in their first inning of work. Kyle Hendricks had the battle, gave up an uncharacteristic walk in his inning of work, where Leon here is throwing about 50% strikes so far. And here's the pitch. It is swung on. It is lifted to center field. Moving over on it is the center fielder this afternoon, Mike Yastrzemski. He's going to call off Lamont Wade Jr., and he's going to make the grab, and that is going to retire Schwindel for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away here for the Cubs in their half of the first. And that's going to bring up the left fielder, Ian Happ. For Happ on the season, he's hitting .222. He's got 21 homers and 51 runs batted in. He's a left-handed stick. Leon comes set. As there's nobody on, he is working from the stretch. And the first pitch is a fastball. It's a check swing that Happ swings through on, and the count is 0-1. This is Happ's 129th game of the season. Leon comes set at the chest. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on, and this is tapped foul over on the first base side. And the count now runs to 0-2. Ian Happ has certainly had a much better second half of the season than the first half. He was floundering below the Mendoza line early in the season. He's been able to find himself, get himself on track. As the weather heat got warmer, so did Happ. And so here comes the 0-2 pitch. There's a fastball that misses off the outside corner, and the count goes to 1-2. The catcher, Wilson Contreras, is waiting his turn on deck. The do have the shift on for Happ as three fielders are on the right side of the infield. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball down at the feet, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Happ was originally a first-round pick of the Chicago Cubs out of the University of Cincinnati, selected 9th overall in the 2015 draft. He's in his 5th year at the major league level with the Cubs. Here comes the 2-2 from Leon. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on, and it's tapped foul over to the first base dugout, and the count remains at 2-2. This is the most at-bats that Happ has had in a season. He's played in more games back in 2018, but this year here he has got more playing time and more starts. And there's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count is now 3-2. When he first came into the league, he was more used as a replacement. He did get his starts, but wasn't a everyday player. He'll get the opportunity this year probably to play in about 150 plus ball games. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on and missed. And that is going to retire Happ for the 3rd out here for the Cubs in their half of the 1st inning. So for the Cubs in the bottom of the 1st, they had no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are through 1 full complete inning in Chicago. It is the San Francisco Giants nothing, the Chicago Cubs nothing. I want to thank everybody for tuning in today to listen to us on YouTube or on Twitch. We'll be back in just a moment after this from our friend Matt.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play. But you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. Yeah.
That's our friend Matt Hollis, friend of our channel. Be sure to check him out after the game. That's another Hollis build. He's always got some entertaining stuff. He's got his animals around his house and his love for baseball. That's Matt Hollis and another Hollis build. Stay tuned, everybody. We are going to bring you right back after these tunes. Welcome back, everybody. We're cruising to the top of the 2nd inning. It is going to be Brandon Crawford, Evan Longoria, and Mike Yastrzemski to get things going for the Giants today. Crawford, Longoria, and Yastrzemski are the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the batting order. For Brandon Crawford on the season, he's hitting .293. He's got 20 homers and 80 runs batted in. Bats from the left side against the right-hander Hendricks, and we're ready to go back to work. Hendricks kicks and delivers. There's a fastball taken for a called strike on the outside corner, and the count is 0-1. 21 pitches in the 1st inning for Kyle Hendricks. As we mentioned, he gave up an uncharacteristic walk. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is 1-1. You see a lot of players or a lot of pitchers who give up way too many base on balls, especially out of the bullpen. The walk rate out of the bullpen is, in some cases, alarming for some teams. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-2. especially pitchers out of the bullpen. You need those guys to come in, be able to fill up the zone and throw strikes, be efficient, and attack the hitters. And the teams that struggle are the ones that give up too many free passes and can't fill up the zone. So here's the 1-2 pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on. It's tapped up the middle. It's fielded by the third baseman, Wisdom, who's in the shift. He fires to first. That's going to go out as a ground out, 5-3 for out number 1. The Cubs have been employing a shift here, and when they put their shift on, they've moved their shortstop to the right side of second base, and they've moved the third baseman, Wisdom, into the shortstop position. And we've wondered about that this year a few times. Some teams will take their third baseman and move them over to the right side, because if you have a shortstop playing shortstop, that's what his job is. And here's the first pitch delivered to Evan Longoria, and it's taken for a called strike. If you've moved your third baseman in to play the shortstop position, why not leave him there all the time? So no balls and 1 strike. Evan Longoria is hitting .286 on the season. He's got 10 homers and 34 runs batted in. Hendricks gets the side from his catcher, Contreras. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Longoria. Hendricks ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. There's another fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 2-1. The Giants this season are the number 1 team in baseball. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 2-2. They've reached the 90-win mark plateau, or the 90-win mark. And they, entering today's game, have a 2.5 game lead over their in-state rivals, the Los Angeles Dodgers. Here comes the 2-2 from Hendricks. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away over the first base side, and the count remains at 2-2. Longoria, of course, began his major league career with the Tampa Bay Rays. He's had an opportunity to play in a World Series. This is his fourth season with the San Francisco Giants, and there's a changeup swung on and missed. Hendricks has pulled the string on Longoria, and he's going down on strikes for the second out of the inning. That's going to leave it up to Mike Yastrzemski. For those of you who are new here as you listen in, we are pleased to have you aboard. Our niche is Japanese baseball. We like doing the games, and we are going to be making the call on one this evening. We'll confirm the time for you, but I believe it is 10 o'clock Pacific time or 1 a.m. Eastern time. And here's the first pitch from Hendricks to Yastrzemski. It's the fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. It'll be the Oryx Buffaloes and the Saitama Cebu Lions going head-to-head, 2 of the better teams in the Pacific League. So hopefully you can tune in late night and join us. There's a fastball swung on. It is ripped to second base. It is fielded by the second baseman, Bote. He fires to first, and that is going to retire Yastrzemski. It goes as a ground out, 4-3 for out number 3. So for the Giants in their half of the second inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We're moving to the bottom of the second inning. It is all knotted at zeros in Chicago. We'll be back in just a couple minutes with the call of the bottom of the second inning, and thanks for being here. Here's our friend Steve again.
Hello, friends. Steve coming back at you, a clean-shaven Steve. Thank you for watching The Last Reps Baseball, and please continue to support my channel among others, like Another Hollis Build, awesome commercial. And now I'll show you a few more things that we do have. We have toys, like this bobblehead Star Wars on wheels. We have Noids. We can't keep avoiding them forever. We do have Legos. Love my Legos. We have Origami Folder. Check him out. He's new into this, getting started, has good following already. We have Red Beard Breaks. And we also have these things that, in a pinch, will tell you what your temperature is. So, if you like all of this, and if you like Last Straps Baseball, join all of us. We'd love to have you. And I know you would enjoy us. Thank you, peace, good night, and cheers.
Thanks again, Steve. Be sure to check out Steve Rademacher's channel. He's got Money Monday, Takeover Tuesday, No Filter Friday, or his Saturday morning cartoons, whatever you fancy. He's got something for everybody on his channel. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back in just a moment. We call the bottom of the second inning. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters coming up for the Chicago Cubs. It's the heart of their batting order, and it's going to begin with Wilson Contreras, to be followed by Patrick Wisdom and Jason Hayward. And we're ready to resume the action, and it is still Dominic Leone on the mound for the Giants, and there's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. We mentioned at the start of the stream that Leone is an opener, and we're wondering if they're going to try to extend him a little bit. There is action in the Giants bullpen. It is a lefty. And here's the pitch from Leone. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. It is a bullpen day for the Giants. They did that on Sunday night against the Dodgers, and it worked to effect as they were able to knock off the in-state rivals 6-4. And so here comes the 1-1 pitch to Contreras. Leone is set at the chest. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 2-1. Contreras on the season is batting .224. He's got 18 homers and 41 runs batted in. Gabe Kapler is the manager for the Giants. As we look at our monitor, they've got him listed as Dave Kapler. So whoever's putting it up there has got that incorrect. Of course, the former manager of the Phillies, but one-time player with the Detroit Tigers and Texas Rangers and others. And there's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 2-2. The Giants have really responded this year to his approach. He's got him playing very good baseball. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Contreras. Right-hander against the right-hander. Leone comes set at the chest. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count runs to 3-2 on Contreras. It's early, but we always anticipate a lot of runs in Chicago. Wrigley Field is a bandbox. With the wind blowing out at 8 miles an hour to center field, we would expect that there's going to be some balls leaving the park here this afternoon. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Leone kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It's grounded over the first base side. A nice play by Brandon Belt. He's going to make the play, and he's going to run over to first base and step on the bag, and that is going to retire Contreras. It goes as a ground out to 3. Out number 1. Belt has got the C on his jersey today for captain, but it looks like somebody's taken hockey tape and put it onto the jersey. Just noticed that. I'm going to have to take another look at it. He's the only player with markings above the San Francisco on the left side of his chest. It looks like they went into the locker room. Either that or he's got a rip in his jersey and they've covered it over. So here comes Patrick Wisdom to the plate. Wisdom is hitting .240 on the season. He's got 25 homers and 50 runs batted in. And the first pitch from Leone is a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. Wisdom was originally a first-round pick of the St. Louis Cardinals. And, he really never had an opportunity to play at the big league level until he was landing here in Chicago this year, and there's a fastball taken for a called strike at the knees. And the count is 1-1. He had a cup of coffee with the Cardinals in 2018, and then he went to the Texas Rangers at the big league level. He never even got a sniff with the Mariners. He was in their organization for a brief time. And he landed last year in Chicago, and now he's getting an opportunity. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball down. Home plate umpire Medition says he went. And the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jason Hayward will follow Wisdom. They are playing Wisdom to pull the ball. They are shifting, but the second baseman today for the Giants, LaStella, is not on the left side of the infield. He's almost over the bag, but he's slightly to the right of second base. Brandon Belt is well off the line, and there's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 2-2. So even when there are shifts, the structure of the shifts sometimes are a little bit different player to player. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And Wisdom has asked for time as Leon was taking way too long. As we mentioned in the first inning, the Cubs are wearing a dark blue top with white Wrigleyville across with the powder blue in the trim. A nice looking uniform. They look like a Father's Day uniform. There's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into center field. Moving over underneath is the center fielder Yastrzemski. Now he's got to back up a little bit, and he's going to make the grab. And he's going to retire Wisdom for the second out here in the second inning, and that's going to leave it up to Jason Hayward. So certainly Dominic Leone giving the manager Kepler, and there's that C on the jersey of Brandon Belt. As we said, it looks like 3 pieces of hockey tape that have been stuck on there. And here comes the manager, Gabe Kepler, out to talk to his right-hander. We haven't seen him make the sign yet. He is talking to him because he is going to face Jason Hayward. Leone has given Kepler quite a bit. And Kepler's going to leave him in. He's going to show him some confidence and leave him in. We've got 2 out here in the bottom half of the second inning. He's probably told him this is your last guy no matter what. You're doing great because, to be quite frank, he's pitched fairly well. As the opener, he's going to give him 2 innings potentially here. That's going to take a strain off the rest of the bullpen day. He's got the left-handed stick of Jason Hayward coming to the plate. Alvarez was heating up in the bullpen earlier. So Jason Hayward steps in. He's batting .213 on the season. He's got 8 homers and 30 RBIs. The Giants are playing him to pull. There's a first pitch fastball at 95 miles an hour taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Jason Hayward, known as a very strong defensive player, but his offensive game has really struggled over the last few seasons. He's got a very open stance. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Hayward, originally a first-round pick of the Atlanta Braves, and there is a breaking ball down. The appeal over to the third base umpire Marquez, and he said he didn't go, and the count is now 2-1. Jason Hayward was an all-star in his very first season in the big leagues as a 20-year-old with the Atlanta Braves, and then after that, it's all been sort of a slippery slope downhill from there. He's a nice everyday defensive player, runs the base as well. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 3-1. Plays his position very well, but really not enough offensive production, especially playing in Wrigley Field. Wrigley Field, one would think that your numbers are going to be a little bit inflated as it is a good hitter's ballpark or a friendly hitter's ballpark. And there's a fastball swung. This is lifted to left field. Moving underneath it is Bryant. He's going to make the catch. And that is going to do it for the Cubs in their half of the second inning. So for Chicago, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're through 2 complete in Chicago. It is the Giants nothing, the Cubs nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back for the call at the top of the third inning after this from our friend Matt.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Thanks again, Matt. That's Matt Hollis and Another Hollis Build. If you're on YouTube, be sure to check out his channel, Another Hollis Build. And so we'll be back in just a moment after these tunes for the top of the third inning. Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the top of the third inning. It is going to be the 9-1-2 hitters in the Giants batting order. And it's going to be Thairo Estrada coming up to bat in the pitcher's spot for Dominic Leone. Leone went 2 innings, and he was very effective in his work, retiring all 6 batters of the Cubs he faced as an opener today. The first pitch from Kyle Hendricks is a fastball that just misses off the outside corner, and the count is 1-0. So it'll be Estrada, Tommy La Stella, and Brandon Belt here for the Giants in their half of the third inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Estrada goes swinging, and he fouls it back. And the count is 1-1. That pitch there was a fastball that was up and in. I think if Estrada would have been more relaxed, he probably would have let that one go. And here's the fastball in the same location it's swung on. It's popped up over on the left side of the infield. Camping out underneath it is the shortstop Alcantara. He's going to make the catch, and that is going to retire Estrada for 1 up and 1 away here in the third inning for the Cubs, or for the Giants. It's going to bring up the top of the order, Tommy La Stella. La Stella today is 0 for 1. He popped out to the third baseman his first time up. La Stella is much traveled recently. He began his career at the big league level with the Braves, and the first pitch to La Stella is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. He had 4 years in the Chicago organization, and then he was shipped off to Los Angeles. He spent time in Oakland, and now he has landed with the Giants. So here comes the pitch from Hendricks. It is a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count is 1-1. Hendricks had a much more efficient second inning. After throwing 21 pitches in the first inning, he threw only 12 in the second inning of work, and there's a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-2. That pitch there, you can see the Giants hitters, they often look confused. There's just a lot of late life on the pitch with the arm side run, and that pitch looked like it was coming inside to La Stella, and then it broke back across the plate. When Hendricks is on his game, he's like a surgeon. He can really hit his spots, and here comes the 1-2 pitch to La Stella. And that is a fastball swung on and fouled away over on the third base side. The count is 2-2. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between the fastballs of Hendricks and his changeups. There isn't a whole lot of difference in velocity. We haven't seen him get much into the 90-mile-an-hour zone today. He's been 88, 89. There's the pitch from Hendricks. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded to second. It's fielded. It's flipped over to first. And that is going to retire LaStella. It's actually going to go down as a ground out 6-3 because it was to the shortstop who was playing to the right side of the bag, which is Alcantara. As we said before, the shifting is a little different for each of the teams, with Wisdom moving into the traditional shortstop spot. Alcantara sometimes will move to the right of second base. And that's going to bring up the first baseman, Brandon Belt. And the first pitch delivered to Belt is a fastball that misses inside. The count is 1-0. Belt today does not have an official at bat. He has got one walk in his first time up. And here's the pitch from Hendricks. It is a fastball swung on, and that is missed, and the count is 1-1. That swing looked like Belt wanted to open up the scoring here in the first inning for the Giants. Got the shift still on here for Brandon Belt, as there's 3 on the right side of the infield, and there's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 2-1. Those of you who are listening in at work today, we do appreciate you tuning in. Got a number of people come through the channel today, not like the other day when we were doing the Mariners and the Astros. But we do appreciate everybody tuning in, and there's a fastball that misses outside, and the count now is 3-1 to Belt. Should Belt find a way on base, he'll be followed by the catcher, Buster Posey. So here comes the 3-1. Hendricks gets the sign from his catcher. He rocks into the motion. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is now 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Hendricks rocks into the motion. He kicks and delivers. There's a changeup swung on. It is lifted over on the third base side. It's going to reach the stands about 10 rows behind the Cubs dugout. As one of the faithful has come up with the grab. Keeps the count at 3-2. And now he's getting another round of ovation as he is enjoying his hot dog and sausage, and he gives the ball to a couple of young ladies, or one young lady, a couple of rows in front of him. So here we go. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. There's a fastball that's taken for ball 4, and that's the second time today Brandon Belt has reached base on a walk. So Belt draws himself a 2-out walk, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Buster Posey. Posey, his first time up, he grounded out to third base. He's 0 for 1. Gets himself a dug in at the plate. He's ready to get back to the action. On the season, Posey's averages slipped to 303. He's got 17 homers and 45 runs batted in, and he takes a first pitch fastball for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. Something that we have not seen from Posey, and he's sporting glasses to hit today. I don't know if those are glasses that are prescription. They are sunglasses, but there's the first pitch. It's a fastball, and it's caught by Contreras. He fires down to first base, and getting back in time is the base runner, Belt. Tried to get him napping over at first base. Looked like he almost got the first baseman Schwindel napping, as Schwindel looked like he was a little slow to get back to the bag. So here's the 1-1 to Posey. It's a fastball. He checks his swing and he fouls it off, and the count is now 1-2. He just couldn't hold himself off. The pitch was up and in, and he tried to pull himself back, but he ended up making contact with the pitch. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Contreras gives the sign to his right-hander, and Hendricks is ready to go back to work. He kicks and he delivers. There is a fastball swung on, and it's fouled straight back into the mask of Contreras. It's definitely going to clean the nasal passages. If you've ever been hit with a foul ball flush in the mask, either as an official or as an umpire, it can stand you up sometimes. And that one there was fouled straight back, and it caught him flush, but the catcher is fine. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch from Hendricks. It is a fastball swung on and missed. And that is going to retire Posey for the 3rd out here in the 2nd inning. So for the Giants in their half of the 3rd, they had no runs, no hits, no errors. There was 1 runner left aboard. We're now moving to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It is the San Francisco Giants nothing, the Chicago Cubs nothing. Stick around. Everybody will be back with the call. The bottom after this from our friend Steve again. Be sure to check out Steve Rademacher's channel on YouTube.
Hello, and we'll be right back to Last Straps Baseball after this brief message from me, Steve Rademacher. Thank you all for watching my channel and supporting me. Thank you all for supporting Freddie and Last Straps Baseball. He does an awesome job commentating. And to show you some more stuff that you could see on my channel, we have shiny Pokemon cards. We have Hall of Fame quarterbacks like Brett Favre. We have Bo Jackson playing baseball. That's right. That's his rookie card. Very nice. We even have gold. We have gold. We have wrestlers. That's Rowdy Piper. And yes, we even have Jason Stokes and many ways to destroy him. So now, thank you again. Back to your regular program with your host, Last Straps Baseball.
Thanks again, Steve. We really appreciate your support. Be sure to check out his channel, whether it's Money Monday, Takeover Tuesday, or any of those other things as well. He is always entertaining. That is Steve Rademacher. All right, everybody, we'll be right back after these tunes for the call, the bottom of the 3rd inning. Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the bottom half of the 3rd inning, and there is a pitching change for the San Francisco Giants. It's going to be Jarlin Garcia, lefty. They had Alvarez up in the bullpen earlier, but Garcia has come in to replace Dominic Leone. For Garcia on the season, he is working 50. He's worked 58 2/3 innings. He's got a 2.30 ERA. Lefty is going to be appearing in his 49th game. He's going to be facing Bote, Alcantara, and Hendricks. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses low at the knees, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes. So 1-0 to Bote. So Garcia ready to go back to work. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. This is the only game going on across the major leagues today. So we're glad you could be here to check it out with us. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Garcia delivers. It's a fastball swung on, and it is fouled off behind home plate. The count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bodie on the season is hitting a .97. He's got 8 homers and 32 runs batted in. Got a left-hander versus the right-hander. Garcia kicks and delivers. That pitch is a breaking ball swung on. It's lifted into left field. Moving over underneath it is the left fielder Bryant. He's going to make the catch. And that is going to retire Bode for the first out here in the 3rd inning, and that's going to bring up the shortstop Sergio Alcantara. Alcantara is a former Detroit Tiger farmhand, and then he came over to the Chicago Cubs after he was claimed on waivers. He had a brief cup of coffee with the Tigers at the big league level in 2020. There's a breaking ball that misses down in the dirt. The count is 1-0. He's going to get a good look-see here in Chicago from now to the end of the year. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses outside. The count is 2-0. Detroit originally acquired him in the trade for J.D. Martinez. He came to the Tigers with Noel Lugo and Jose King. It was a 3-for-1 deal, and he never panned out. There's a fastball that misses low, and the count is 3-0. Really, none of those players have worked out. The only one that's left in that Tiger organization from the trade was Jose King, and he's in A-ball. But with the Cubs, he's getting a chance to play regularly, and here's the pitch. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 3-1. He's got 3 homers and 10 RBIs on the season. Probably strikes out a little too much for the Cubs' liking. He's got 53 strikeouts and 163 big league at-bats. There's a fastball that misses inside. And Alcantara is going to get himself a 1-out walk here in the 2nd inning. That's going to bring up the pitcher, Kyle Hendricks. That's the first base runner now for the Cubs. As Dominic Leone was very efficient in his 2 innings of work. We were talking earlier about the need for bullpen arms to come out and to throw strikes, not to walk batters. And so here comes the first pitch to Hendricks. He squares the bunt. He drops it down the first base line. It's a good bunt. It's fielded by Garcia. He throws to La Stella covering. It's going to go down as a sacrifice, 1-4 for the 2nd out of the inning, and that is going to leave it up to the center fielder, Rafael Ortega. Alcantara has now moved into scoring position. So 2 away, and the top of the order now coming up for the Cubs. Ortega today struck out his only time up. He's having himself a fine campaign for the Chicago Cubs. Venezuelan is 30 years old. He's a journeyman, as he's been around with a number of organizations over the last 10 years. He made his big league debut back with the Rockies back in 2012. But he's bounced around at the big league level, the Angels, the Marlins, the Braves. This year here, he's given an opportunity to get some regular playing time, and he's sure made the most of it with the Cubs. He's hitting .288 entering today's game. There's the first pitch from Garcia. It's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. Ortega has had the most at-bats in his big league career this year. He's had 226 at-bats. The closest was back in 2016 with the Angels. He only had 185 in a part-time role. So here's the 0-1. He squares the bunt, and he pops it foul over on the 3rd base side. And the count is now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Ortega. The first baseman, Frank Schwindel, is waiting his turn on deck. So Garcia ready to go back to work. He gets the sign from his catcher, Posey. He kicks and delivers. There is a breaking ball swung on and missed. And that is going to retire Ortega here on strikes for the third out of the inning. So for the Cubs in their half of the third, no runs, no hits, no errors, and one runner left aboard. We are now through 3 complete at Wrigley Field. It is the Cubs nothing, the Giants nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with all the call of the action. Here's our friend Matt Hollis again. Be sure to check out his channel when you can. Another Hollis build. He's on YouTube. Thanks for being here with us, everybody.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Thanks again, Matt. Be sure to check out his channel when you get a chance. That's Another Hollis Build. We'll be back after these tunes with all the action for the top of the 4th inning. Hold tight, everybody. We're all locked up at zeros in Chicago. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the heart of the Giants batting order to face Kyle Hendricks here in the top of the 4th inning. It's Lamont Wade Jr., Chris Bryant, and Brandon Crawford. And the first pitch to Wade Jr. is a breaking ball down for ball 1. For Wade Jr. is the only hit of the game today so far, and there is a fastball that misses down, and the count is 2-0. It was of the infield variety. He is the only one between the two teams with a base knock. Hendricks ready to go back to work. He winds and delivers, and there's a changeup swung on. It's popped up in the infield. It's on the left side. Patrick Wisdom, fighting the wind, is calling off everyone around him, and he's going to make the catch. That is going to retire Wade Jr. for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up the left fielder, Chris Bryant. Bryant today got a rousing ovation his first time up. It's not as big an ovation this time. People are still on their feet acknowledging him. He's 0 for 1 today. He struck out his first time up. He's batting at a .266 clip this season with 24 homers and 65 runs batted in. And Hendricks goes into the motion. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Hendricks gets the sign from his catcher, Contreras, and gets ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away over on the first base side, and the count goes even at 1-1. In 31 games with the Giants this year, he's batting .265 with 6 homers and 14 RBIs. So really not much difference in terms of his production and pace moving from Wrigley Field to the spacious park in San Francisco. And there's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 1-2 to Bryant. Bryant is looking a little different in the San Francisco uniform. It's not a familiar uniform that many fans over the years have grown accustomed to. And there's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. The count remains a 1-2. Certainly the World Series champions. But you would have to think that days were numbered in Chicago. He's a free agent at the end of the season, and certainly the way that he was treated by the Cubs organization with regards to service time early in his career. And there's a breaking ball swung on and fouled into the Cubs dugout. It just missed the cameraman. Count remains at 1-2. And certainly Chris Bryant has a long memory, and those negotiations were probably not going to end well in Chicago. So here comes the 1-2 pitch to Hendricks, or from Hendricks, and the pitch is a breaking ball down, and the count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. And just as it looks strange seeing Bryant in a San Francisco uniform, it looks even stranger to see Anthony Rizzo in a uniform in pinstripes in New York, and there is a fastball swung on and missed. And Bryant is retired for the second time today via the strikeout. That's going to leave it up to the shortstop, Brandon Crawford. Crawford today is 0 for 1. He grounded to third base his first time up. Hendricks has really settled down after his first inning of work. The first inning, through 21 pitches, but he's been much more economical. And here we go back to the action, and you see a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Crawford. Crawford's still hitting .293 on the season with 20 homers, having a fine campaign for the Giants. Here's the pitch, and it is a changeup swung on and missed, and the count is now 0-2. It's arguably the best season of his career, with leading in batting average, on base percentage, stolen bases, and slugging percentage. And he has agreed to another contract with the Giants, and there is a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into left field. Moving over underneath it is the left fielder Happ. He's going to make the catch, and that is going to retire Crawford for the third out of the inning. So for the Giants in their half of the fourth, they had no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're moving to the bottom of the fourth inning. It is the Giants nothing, the Cubs nothing. Stay with us, everybody. We'll be back for the call at the bottom of the fourth in just a couple moments. Glad you can make it in here with us today. Here is our friend Steve again. Be sure to check out his channel, Steve Rademacher, when you have an opportunity.
Hello, and we'll be right back to Last Straps Baseball after this brief message from me, Steve Rademacher. Thank you all for watching my channel and supporting me. Thank you all for supporting Freddie and Last Straps Baseball. He does an awesome job commentating. And to show you some more stuff that you could see on my channel, we have shiny Pokemon cards. We have Hall of Fame quarterbacks like Brett Favre. We have Bo Jackson playing baseball. That's right. That's his rookie card. Very nice. We even have gold. We have gold. We have wrestlers. That's Rowdy Piper. And yes, we even have Jason Stokes and many ways to destroy him. So now, thank you again. Back to your regular program with your host, Last Straps Baseball.
Thanks again, Steve. We appreciate Steve Rademacher and his support of our channel, whether it's Money Monday, Takeover Tuesday, the No Filter Friday segment, or the Saturday morning cartoons. He's got all kinds of stuff for everyone. Be sure to check out his channel when you got an opportunity. We'll be back in just a couple moments after these tunes with the call at the bottom of the fourth inning. Welcome back, everybody. We're ready to resume action as it is Jarlin Garcia on for his second inning of work, and he is facing the hitter Frank Schwindel, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters coming up for Chicago. It's a breaking ball down, and the count is 1-0. So 1-0 to Schwindel. Garcia goes back to work, and he delivers, and it is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. And the count is quickly 1-1 strike. Schwindel today is 0 for 1. He flew out to center field his first time up. It's a bullpen day for the Giants as Dominic Leone went the first 2 innings, and Garcia is in for his second inning of work, and there's a breaking ball that misses down and in. The count is 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Schwindel. It is Happ and Contreras waiting their turns to come up next. Here's the pitch from Garcia. It's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into deep center field. Moving back onto the warning track is the center fielder Yastrzemski, and that ball is going to reach the seats. And the Cubs, with their first hit of the ball game, have opened up the scoring 1-0 here in the 4th inning. A solo shot by Frank Schwindel. That's his 12th of the season. And the Cubs now have a 1-0 lead over the Giants. That pitch was a difficult pitch. I think if they were in a different ballpark, that might not have left the yard. Pitch was a fastball outside, and he was able to still pull the ball to left center field and reach the seats. There's a lot of strength to be able to do that. So there it is. The Cubs are on the board, and we're back to the action. It's a breaking ball taken for a ball outside by Happ. So 1-0 for the Cubs and 1-0 to Ian Happ. So home run number 12 on the season for Schwindel. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Garcia ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. There is a changeup that misses low, and the count is 2-1 to Happ. That's the 7th home run in the last 11 games for Schwindel. And here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away over on the first base side. The count now goes to 2-2. The Cubs have really played good baseball over their last 10 games. They are 8-2 in their last 10. Only the Toronto Blue Jays have a better record over their last 10 games. They're 9-1. They're on a absolute roll right now, and there's a fastball that misses inside. And the count is now 3-2 to Happ. The San Francisco Giants, of course, are the number 1 team in baseball. They're the first to reach 90 wins. They have a 2.5 game lead over the Dodgers, and there's a changeup swung on. It is lifted into center field, right center field, and moving over is Yastrzemski. He's going to make the catch. That is going to retire Happ for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the catcher Wilson Contreras. Contreras today is 0 for 1. He grounded out to the first baseman his first time up. And now we've got Gabe Kapler making his way to the mound. He's going out to see Garcia, and he's going to take the ball. We are going to get ourselves a pitching change. So we're going to have a delay in the action as Garcia is done for the day. We'll get you that change when we come back in just a couple moments. We've got our Japan Baseball Hall of Fame memories that we share here, and so got a chance to go to the Tokyo Dome to the Baseball Hall of Fame in Japan. Check them out. Here they are coming now. Welcome back, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. It's going to be Zach Little on to pitch for the Giants. This will be their third pitcher of the afternoon. Stick around. We'll be back after these tunes and bring you up to date with all of that information. Welcome back, everybody. Zach Little is coming on to take over for the Giants. He'll be the third pitcher used today by Gabe Kapler. He is a right-handed pitcher, a 6'4" righty who stands in at 220 pounds. He's going to be making his 52nd appearance for the Giants this year. The 25-year-old has started a couple of games as an opener. He's got a couple of saves. He's appeared in 51 2/3 innings. He's allowed 35 hits and 21 walks while striking out 44 in that time. He is going to face the catcher Wilson Contreras with one away here in the fourth inning. Little goes to work. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Little originally was drafted by the Seattle Mariners in the 11th round of the 2013 draft. He was flipped over to the New York Yankees in a trade for James Pazos. And the Yankees flipped him to the Minnesota Twins with Dietrich Enns for Jaime Garcia back in 2017. He then was acquired by the San Francisco Giants as a free agent. There's a breaking ball that misses low, and the count is 1-1. So he's found a home in San Francisco, and he's pitching very effectively. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses outside. The count is 2-1. He's a little bit of a short arm pitcher. Doesn't really have a big take back. Really gets up and goes. He reminds me of, in some ways, some of the Cleveland Indian pitchers when I think of Shane Bieber, how short he is. He's really short on his take back. Gets it right up into that power L slot quickly, and there is a fastball swung on a miss by Contreras, and the count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. And here's the 2-2. It's a fastball swung on and missed, and that is going to retire Contreras for the second out here in the fourth inning. It's going to leave it up to the third baseman, Patrick Wisdom. Wisdom today is 0 for 1. He flew out to center field his first time up. So Wisdom digs in at the plate. And here's the pitch from Little. It's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. Waiting his turn on deck is the right fielder, Jason Hayward. Wisdom's had a lot of action defensively today, and here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is 1-1. He's one of the more efficient hitters with home runs per plate appearance this year in the big leagues. And there is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-2. Wisdom is 5th in the league in home runs per at bat. He's got 25 homers this year in 289 at bats. Which puts him at about 11.5, just over 11.5 per time up to the plate. And there's a fastball taken for a called third strike. Wisdom is down on strikes, looking for the third out of the inning. So for the Cubs in their half of the fourth, they get a run in the inning on a leadoff home run by Frank Schwindel. There was one hit, there were no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through 4 complete in Chicago. As the Chicago Cubs won the San Francisco Giants, nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back for the call in just a couple moments. Here's another one of our Japanese Hall of Fame memories. Check it out. We're going to be back in a couple moments after these tunes. We're cruising to the top of the 5th inning. It's 1-0 for the Cubs. Hold tight, everybody. We'll be back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters slated to come to bat for the Giants in their half of the 5th inning, which is going to be Evan Longoria, Mike Yastrzemski, and the pitcher's spot, Zach Little. We'll keep our eye peeled to see if they're going to stay with Little or not and let him hit, or if they are going to the bench for a pinch hitter. The upcoming schedule for the Cubs, got the 2 remaining games against the Giants. We're going to be back on the air again tomorrow with these same 2 ball clubs. So hopefully you can pop back in and listen again. And here's the first pitch. It is swung on and fouled away. And the count is 0-1 to Longoria. So Longoria today is officially 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. Hendricks ready to go back to work, and there is a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-2. Longoria, by his reaction, didn't exactly like the call of that. And I have to say today that the home plate umpire has not been crisp. We'll say that also the 2 teams have not really complained so much, but you can tell sometimes from their body language they're not happy, and there's a fastball that misses, and that pitch looked better than some of the other ones, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. And sometimes that happens. The home plate umpires can struggle. Well, that sure looked like a called 3rd strike. I don't know what more Hendricks had to do to get that one, but certainly it was a makeup pitch from the one before. And there's a fastball that misses outside, and now the count is 2-2. So the umpires are human too, and this has certainly been a struggle today for the plate umpire. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. And here's the pitch from Hendricks. It's a swung on. It's grounded over to second. It's fielded by the second baseman, Bode. He flips it over to first, and that is going to retire Longoria. It goes as a ground out, 4-3. It makes it very difficult to be able to figure out the strike zone and to be able to figure out what you've got to swing at, and for the pitcher where he's got to throw the pitch. San Francisco does have 4 batters on their bench. So, as we said, they've got some batters that can come to the plate, and there's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Yastrzemski. Yastrzemski is 0 for 1 today. He grounded to second his first time up. Casale, Dubon, Duggar, and Ruff are on the Giants bench. 3 right-handed hitters and 1 lefty. So here comes the 0-1. It's a sinker that misses low and away, and the count is now 1-1 to Yastrzemski. Yastrzemski's had a productive year this year. His batting average is a little bit to be desired. He's hitting a .221 on the season. His lifetime average is .256. And there is a sinker swung on, and it's lifted foul on the third base side. The count is 1-2. And especially after his first two seasons, his rookie campaign, he hit .272, and then he hit .297 last year. He finished 8th in MVP balloting last year in the National League. So here comes the 1-2. That is a changeup that misses down, and the count is 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to second. He picks it up, he throws to first, and that is going to retire Yastrzemski. So as an instant replay of the last at bat, goes down as a ground out 4-3. Bode to Schwindel, and that is 2 away. And it is going to be pitcher Little coming up to get his chance to swing the bat. So Zach Little will be hitting here for himself in the 5th inning, and obviously that means he's going to be back in action here in the bottom half of the 5th. So Hendricks goes into the motion, he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses outside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. This is Little's second career at bat. He is 0 for 1 in his career. There is a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 2-0. Nothing more frustrating watching pitchers throw balls to pitchers. I mean, there are some pitchers who can swing the bat. Shohei Ohtani for one, and Madison Bumgarner and others. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. I remember Mike Hampton years ago could really put a charge into the baseball. He had a number of home runs one year. I think it was approaching double digit. I want to say 7 comes to mind. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is hammered down the right field line. It's going to be played off the wall by Hayward, and it's going to be a single for Little. So the pitcher is aboard with a base hit. It's his first career hit. And they're going to call for the ball, and they're going to send it in, that's for sure. We'll go into his trophy case. It's actually a good piece of hitting by Little. The pitch was away, and he went the other way with it. He struck the ball hard. It stayed right down the right field line. He was able to slice into the corner. Hayward did a really good job of playing it off the wall. It ricocheted out to him, and it held Little to a single. So that's going to bring up the top of the order. It's Tommy La Stella, and the first pitch to La Stella is a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. La Stella today is 0 for 2. He is popped out to third, and he's grounded to short his 2 times up. So Steve Rademacher says, show of hands of who wants the Cubs to win. Not too many hands today going up in the chat. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. Count is 1-1. Just a lot of listeners today. Sometimes we get the folks coming in to chat, especially on the Japanese games. We've got the gamblers in the house. They like to talk about the odds and who they've got and what they've got. So here comes the 1-1 to La Stella. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is ripped down the right field line, but it's going to hook foul just to the right of the foul pole. The count is 1-2, and the Wrigley fans were showing that the ball was foul, like it was a field goal that missed. I'm sure Chicago Bears fans are familiar with that at Soldier Field. I say that not out of disrespect. Certainly the amount of wind that there is at Soldier Field. If you've ever been to Soldier Field, it is cold. With that water coming off of the lake all the time. There's a fastball that misses outside. The count is 2-2. It wreaks havoc with both the home teams and the visiting teams' kicking games. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The runner at first is the pitcher, Little. La Stella is the hitter with a 2-2 count. They're at the top of the order right now, are the Giants. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. Hendricks kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count runs to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Hendricks leans in. He gets the sign from his catcher, Contreras. The base runner, Little, will be off on the pitch, and there's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into left center field. Moving over to his right is the center fielder, Ortega. He's going to make the catch. That is going to retire La Stella for the 3rd out here in the 5th inning. So for the Giants in the inning, they had no runs. They did get a hit. There were no errors, and there was 1 runner left the board. We are moving to the bottom half of the 5th inning. It is the Chicago Cubs 1, the San Francisco Giants 0. Stick around, everybody. We're glad you're with us. We're going to give you another one of our Hall of Fame memories from the Japanese Baseball Hall of Fame in Tokyo. We're glad you could stick around with us to listen to all the action today. Welcome back, everybody. We will be back in just a couple moments with the call at the bottom of the 5th inning. It is 1-0 for the Cubs. Stay tuned. Glad you're with us. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the bottom of the 5th inning. It is going to be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters coming up to bat for the Cubs. That's going to be Jason Hayward, David Bodie, and Sergio Alcantara. They're going to be facing Zach Little, who hit for himself in the last inning, and he is going to stay on. He is the 3rd pitcher used today by the San Francisco Giants. He struck out the 2 batters he faced in the 4th inning, and he'll be ready to go back to work. So Hayward comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1 today. He flew out to left field his first time up. As we mentioned at the top of the stream, the Cubs are wearing these dark blue uniforms with light blue trim. It would be a fantastic uniform for Father's Day. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball taken for a call strike. And we do have a pitching change for the Giants. It is a left-hander, Jose Alvarez, who has come in. Alvarez was heating up a little earlier. They did take Little out. It's a bit surprising that they let Little hit for himself and then they took him out of the ball game. There's a fastball that is swung on and fouled away. And the count is now 0-2 to Hayward. Next thing you know, we look up, we've got a lefty on the mound, and that would be Alvarez. A peculiar decision, but probably one that's been working like magic all year long for the San Francisco Giant manager, Gabe Kapler. And here's the fastball. This is swung on. It's lifted into right field. Moving over under it is Wade Jr., the right fielder. He's going to make the catch. That is going to retire Hayward here for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away. That's going to bring up the second baseman, David Bodie. So Bodie today is 0 for 1. He flew out to left field his last time up. Made quite a few plays over at second base today. Alvarez, the lefty, Gets the sign from his catcher, Posey, gets ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball down, and the count is 1-0 to Bodie. We've got KP Chessman in the house. He says the Cubs need to sweep San Francisco as a Dodgers fan. There's a changeup that misses outside, and the count is 2-0. Well, I think that the Cubs have been playing fantastic baseball lately. We said they have the second best record over their last 10 games. Only the Toronto Blue Jays are better. They're 8-2 in that time frame, and there's a fastball that misses outside. The count is 3-0. So really, there's a lot of spare parts and journeymen getting an opportunity to play regular in Chicago, and they're doing well right now. So the Giants have run into a team that has definitely got some guys that are hungry for jobs for next year. And there's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 3-1. As usually, we do appreciate you checking in. So here comes the 3-1 pitch from Alvarez. He kicks and delivers. That's a fastball that misses low, and that is going to draw a one-out walk here. Bodie is aboard the first runner of the fifth inning, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, Sergio Alcantara. For Alcantara, he is officially 0 for 0 today. He walked his first time up. Alcantara will be followed by the number 9 spot in the order, which is Kyle Hendricks. There's a fastball swung on, and that's fouled away. It's lifted into the seats down the right field line, and the count is 0-1. Of course, next year, the second base will be solved as Nick Madrigal, who is out for the rest of the year, will be holding down that position. The Chicago White Sox and Cubs made a crosstown deal early in the season. Madrigal, who hurt himself and is out for the year, will be a much-needed stick in the Cubs lineup, and there is a fastball that misses down and in, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Chicago Cubs playing out the string in Wrigley. And here comes the pitch from Alvarez. It's a fastball swung on. It's grounded to Crawford at short, over to second for 1, back to first, and that is going to be a double play. Alcantara hit that. It was a hard hit ball. It was a one-hopper, but it was firm right to the shortstop. So that's 6-4-3 in the books. That is going to do it for the Cubs in their half of the fifth inning. So for Chicago, they had no runs, there was no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're through 5 complete at Wrigley Field. It is the Chicago Cubs won the San Francisco Giants nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call of the bottom top half of the 6th inning. I'm glad you're with us. Thanks for stopping in.
Hello, kids. Steve coming at you. It's Steve Rademacher. And if you like interesting stuff, if you like to laugh a little bit, and if you enjoy collecting, this channel's for you. If you like non-sport cards, we have them. You like pseudo-sport cards, we open them. Even if you like entire boxes of completely pointless stuff or other sports, we have everything here. I drop a different video every day, and there's always a theme to it, from No Filter Friday to Saturday morning cartoons, even Sunday shoutouts. Once in a while, we'll get a little froggy and show Money Money Monday, where I showcase a bunch of my currency. We have Legos, we have Star Wars, we have a good time. We even have my brother on Takeover Tuesday. Be there or be square. Back to Freddie.
Thanks again, Steve. That's Steve Rademacher, and he happens to be in the house today in the channel, so hit him up. Be sure to check out his channel after the broadcast, and you'll be able to see all the crazy things that he's able to produce. We'll be right back in just a couple moments. Hang with us, everybody. Welcome back, everyone. Kyle Hendricks is just completing his warm-up tosses, and we're ready to get the action back underway. It is going to be Brandon Belt, Buster Posey, and Lamont Wade Jr., 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the batting order for the Giants to face Hendricks today. Belt is so far got no official at-bats. He's walked both of his times up. He is 0 for 0 and 2 walks today. Still hitting .250 on the season with 21 homers and 43 runs batted in. Hendricks goes into the motion. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. It's fascinating to watch the right-hander Hendricks work. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 2-0. Belt is a lifetime career San Francisco Giant. He's been with this club his entire career. Here's the pitch from Hendricks. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Belt has been in the big leagues since 2011. He's got 1,218 games under his belt if you include today. And here's the pitch from Hendricks. It's a fastball swung on and lifted foul. The count is 2-2. He's a lifetime 262 hitter. He's got 159 career home runs. He's only a one-time All-Star, and he did that back in 2016. So right-hander against the left-hander. There's the pitch from Hendricks. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. We said earlier before the game that Belt has got this C on his jersey. It looks like it's 3 pieces of hockey tape to signify that he's a captain today. And there's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count still remains at 2-2. As the 92nd pitch of the ball game for right-hander Hendricks today. One would think with his spot in the batting order to lead off the bottom of the 6th, this is probably going to be his last inning of action. And there is a changeup swung on. It is hit down the right field line. It's off the wall. Digging hard for second base is Belt. He's going to slide in safely. And he's got himself a leadoff double here in the 6th inning as he is aboard. That is going to bring up the catcher, Buster Posey. So Posey today is 0 for 2. He's grounded to third and struck out his 2 times to the plate. Watch the replay of it. That ball was absolutely scorched by Belt. Went into second base sliding. He probably didn't have to do it. So here is the first pitch to Posey. It is a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. Kyle Hendricks struggled in the first inning, and he was able to settle down after that. He's got the heart of the batting order that he's going to be facing here for the Giants, and he's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. If there's an opportunity for the Giants to cash a run in here with the leadoff runner at second base, this is the time to do it. It's only the third hit of the ball game for the Giants today with that belt double, and there's a breaking ball that misses off the plate. The count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Hendricks kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on, and that is now 2-2 to Posey. Here comes the 2-2, and it's a fastball swung on. It's chopped up the middle, fielded by Bodie. He has a look at third base, but Belt is going to get there safely, and he makes the decision to go to first. That's a ground out 4-3. Belt has advanced over to third, and there's one away now, and that's going to bring Lamont Wade Jr. to the plate. Curious to see how they're going to handle this situation if the Cubs are going to play the infield in a 1-0 ball game here. You don't necessarily have to give Wade Jr. really a good to hit. So here comes the pitch from Hendricks. There is a throw down to third, and Belt is back safely. Contreras came up just gunning. Felt that Belt maybe got a little too far down the line. He's got a big smile on his face over there at first base. So 1 ball and no strikes to Wade Jr. Comes the 1-0 from Hendricks. There is a changeup swung on and missed, and the count is now 1-1. That was the 100th pitch of the ball game for Hendricks. As Wade swung right through it, right over top of that pitch. There was a little bit of sink. So here comes the 1-1. It's a fastball swung on. It's grounded foul into the first base camera well, just to the outfield side of the first base dugout, and that makes the count 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. There is action in the Chicago Cub bullpen. They have 2 right-handers on the ready. The infield is in, and here is the pitch to Wade Jr. It's a changeup outside. They appeal down to the third base umpire. Alfonso Marquez says he didn't go, and the count is 2-2. Chris Bryant is waiting his turn on deck. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Wade Jr. Hendricks gets the sign from his catcher Contreras. He kicks and delivers. It is a changeup swung on. It's popped up into shallow left field. That ball is going to get down. And Alcantara has to go way out to field the ball. Wade Jr. digging for 2 is going to get thrown out. So it's going to go down as a single for Wade Jr. He's going to pick himself up an RBI. That ball was a flare into no man's land. I'm not sure what the third baseman Wisdom was doing. He was probably not in the best position to get there anyway, but he just turned and watched. Alcantara had a long way to go. The left fielder for the Cubs had a long way to go, and it ended up bleeding down. And Alcantara gets it, and good awareness as Wade Jr. is trying to dig for 2. He gets thrown out at second base. Putout will go down as a 6-4 putout for the second out of the inning, but a run is on the board. And Chris Bryant swings at the first pitch he sees. He grounds it up the middle. It's fielded by the shortstop. He fires the first. That is going to retire Bryant on a ground out 6-3. for out number 3 here in the 6th inning, but the damage was done. They got a run in the inning, did the Giants, on 2 hits. There were no errors and nobody left the board. We're through 5.5 innings at Wrigley Field. It is the San Francisco Giants won, the Chicago Cubs won. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call of the bottom half of the 6th inning. We're glad you are with us.
Good evening, sports fans. I hope you all have been enjoying the game. This is just another message from another Hollis build. I hope that your team is in the lead, but if not, remember, that's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. But you know I'm gonna change that tune. When I'm back on top in June. I said that's life. And as funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on my team, but I don't let it get me down. 'Cause this fine old world, it keeps spinning around. I hope you enjoy the rest of the game, and if it remains the same, remember, that's life. You want your fill? Go check another Hollis build on YouTube. Last Raps Baseball. Let's get back to the game. Let's go! You know that's life. You know it. One love and peace.
Once again, everybody, that is Matt Hollis and another Hollis build. Be sure to check out his channel when you get an opportunity after the game. He's got all kinds of stuff to entertain you with. He is a San Diego Padre fan, but we won't hold it against him, even though we're doing the Giants and the Cubs this afternoon. So we're ready to get back at it. Left-hander Jose Alvarez is back on for another inning of work, and the first pitch is a breaking ball delivered for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. We do have a pinch hitter here for the Cubs batting for Kyle Hendricks. It is Matt Duffy in the ball game, and Duffy is now waiting on the next pitch. It is a fastball up in the zone, and it is a check swing that is called a strike, and the count is now 0-2. So we are going to see a relief pitcher next inning. As a career pinch hitter, Matt Duffy has a .360 average. And so here comes the 0-2 pitch. That is a fastball that misses in, and the count is 1-2 to Duffy. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Alvarez ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. There is a changeup that misses down, and the count is 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Duffy. Left-hander against the right-hander. Duffy digs in, and Alvarez ready to go back to work. He kicks and he delivers, and there is a fastball fouled away over on the third base side. Count remains 2-2. They had 2 right-handers up in the bullpen for the Cubs. Not sure which one will be coming in replacing of Hendricks. So here we are back to the action. Here's the 2-2 pitch. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 3-2. And for Duffy here, he's hitting .265 on the season. He had a chance earlier in the year to get some regular action. He's familiar with the Giants organization, as Duffy was once upon a time in their organization. And here's the pitch. It's a fastball taken for a called third strike. And that is going to retire the Cubs here in their half of the innings. So one up and one away. And that is going to bring up the Top of the order for the Cubs, that's going to be Rafael Ortega. Ortega today is 0 for 2. He has struck out both of his times today. His average has slipped to 285 on the season. He's got 10 homers and 31 runs batted in. So Alvarez comes set, he kicks and delivers. There is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. And the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Ortega. There was more sun earlier at the game in Chicago. It looks like it is starting to get a little cloudier. And here comes the pitch from Alvarez. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. There's also action in the San Francisco bullpen as they have a right-hander Duvall up and throwing. So here comes the 0-2 to Ortega, and that is a changeup down, and the count now is 1-2. Alvarez walks off the backside of the mound as he couldn't come up with the ball being thrown back. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and missed. And Ortega is retired on strikes for the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up Frank Schwindel. And we're going to just pause for a moment as it looks like we may have a visit to the mound here. But a pretty effective performance by the left-hander Alvarez today, as he has retired all 5 batters that he has faced. And that is going to do it. He is going to be replaced as Gabe Kapler again is going to the bullpen. So his day will be finished as he worked an inning and 2/3, striking out 2, only allowing 1 walk. We'll get the pitching change for you when we return. Stay with us, everybody. It is all knotted up at once in Chicago.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. This is going to be the 5th pitcher used on the afternoon by manager Gabe Kapler. It's going to be Camilo Duvall. The Dominican right-hander is going to be appearing in his 16th game of the season. The rookie is 1-1 on the campaign. He's pitched in 14 innings. He's allowed 12 hits, 10 runs, 9 of which have been earned. He's walked 7 and struck out 19. He is going to be taking over for Jose Alvarez, facing Frank Schwindel, who is 1 for 2 today. Schwindel homered in his last at-bat. He's accounted for the only run for the Cubs and for their only hit this afternoon. So there's 2 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And so we're ready to resume the action as Duvall has completed his warm-up tosses. And we're ready to get this one back underway. So we want to thank everybody for taking the time to join us here today. We'll be back on later tonight at 10 o'clock Pacific time or 1 o'clock on the East Coast. And there's a breaking ball delivered to Schwindel for ball 1, 1-0, as we're going to be calling the game between the Oryx Buffaloes and the Saitama Cebu Lions in the Japanese League. That is our go-to and our forte. So here comes the 1-0 pitch. It is a fastball at 99 miles an hour that backs Schwindel off the plate. The count is 2-0. Schwindel this season has raised his batting average today to .329. He's got those 12 homers to go with 34 runs batted in. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 2-1. The Cubs have some pieces to the puzzle. They've got to figure out what they're going to do in their rebuild. Going into next season, I would think probably top of the priority has got to be pitching, and there is a fastball swung on. It's grounded up the middle. The backhand by the second baseman, LaStella, he can't come up with it. And that is going to put Schwindel on base for the second time today. We're going to have to see what the scoring decision is on it. If I was looking at it, I would probably rule that an error. That had to be come up with, but the home field scorer is going to say that that is a base hit. For me, my money, that ball was in the glove of LaStella and out. They're going to give Schwindel his second hit of the ball game. It's definitely a home field scoring decision. That's going to bring up the left fielder Ian Happ with 2 away. So Duvall is ready to go back to work. The first pitch to Happ is at 98 for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Happ today is 0 for 2. He struck out his first time up, and he flew out to center field his last time up. All ready to go back to work. And here's the pitch. It's a fastball that is taken outside, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So here comes the 1-1. They kick and deliver. It's a changeup swung on. It is popped up into left field. Camping out underneath it is Bryant. He's going to make the grab, and that is going to put away Ian Happ for the 3rd out of the inning. So for the Cubs in their half of the 6th, they had no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 6 complete at Wrigley Field. It is the San Francisco Giants 1, the Chicago Cubs 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back for the call of the 7th inning in just a couple moments. Stay tuned. We're glad you are with us for this one here today. Welcome back, everybody. There is a pitching change for the Chicago Cubs. It's going to be Trevor McGill, and he is going to be taking over for Kyle Hendricks, whose day is done. McGill, spelled M-E-G-I-L-L, McGill, and it is going to be him taking over. He is a right-hander. He's got himself a ERA north of 8 on the season. He will be going to work for the Cubs in their half. So McGill is a rookie. In his season debut, he is a 27-year-old, and he is 1-0 on the season. He's appeared in 21 games, 17 2/3 innings, 23 hits, 16 runs, all earned. He's walked 6 and struck out 25. So he is ready to jump into the foray here for the Cubs. We were talking earlier about bullpens. Pitching and bullpens are typically a problem, and then you can get into games where the games are won and lost in the back half of the game. Not sure what the updated numbers were, but a couple of weeks ago, the Texas Rangers had blown the most saves in all of baseball. Teams like the Toronto Blue Jays were right there with them and the Twins, and there's a fastball that is checked on. It's fouled off. The count is 0-1. That hit the umpire. The umpire where he's got his arm positioned and his hand position. It was fouled, and it went straight back and caught him on the forearm. Watch the replay of that, just where he's got his arm positioned. I'll check that. It actually went off the glove, and it ended up getting down over the top of just below the forearm. On our live look, we thought it hit him or grazed him in the arm. And here's the 0-1 pitch. There's a breaking ball, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Crawford today is 0 for 2. He's grounded to third, and he has flown out to left field in his 2 trips to the plate. He's had a career year this season, has the San Francisco shortstop, enjoying the best of his career. And there's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 2-1. Be followed by Longoria and Yastrzemski here in their half of the 7th inning. We're glad you could join us here today. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is lifted into left field. This ball is going to get down in front of the left fielder Happ. And Brandon Crawford is aboard with a leadoff single here in the 7th inning, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Evan Longoria. So it's all about opportunity. And certainly the opportunity here is for the pitcher, Trevor McGill, to be able to go to work and to show that he can pitch in a clutch situation. We've got a 1-1 ball game here, and allowing the leadoff base hit is not something that he wants. So here's Longoria to the plate. Here comes the pitch. It's a first pitch fastball at 97 taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Longoria today struck out in the 2nd inning, and he grounded to the second baseman back in the 5th. He's 0 for 2. So here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is now 1-1 to Longoria. So 1 ball and 1 strike. And McGill fires it over to first base, and diving back in time is the base runner Crawford. So 1 ball and 1 strike. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and missed. And the count now goes to 1-2 on Longoria. So his 4th season in a Giant uniform. Longoria's best years are in the rearview mirror, one would think, and there's a fastball swung on. It is pop foul over on the first base side, and the count is 1-2, but still a very steady player. He was the Rookie of the Year back in 2008. The first 3 years of his career for the Rays, he was an All-Star. And after that, it's been bone dry since 2010. He's also a 3-time Gold Glove winner. He's won the Silver Slugger once in his career. So here comes the pitch from McGill. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away. The count goes to 2-2. So there's nobody out. The runner at first is Brandon Crawford. The hitter here with the 2-2 count is Longoria, and Mike Yastrzemski is waiting his turn on deck. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Gill ready to go back to work. He comes set at the belt. Crawford gets his lead at first. McGill kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is absolutely scorched to left field. And this ball is going to reach the seats, and Evan Longoria has just put the Giants ahead 3-1 with that swing of the bat. That ball got out in an absolute hurry. It was a missile. And Brandon Crawford is going to score ahead of him. Longoria is going to cross the plate. And the Giants now are up 3-1 on the hometown Cubs from Chicago. Well, it's difficult sometimes when you can't control your pitches. We've got McGill in the ball game, and he fell behind on Crawford and had to work pretty hard here with Longoria as he takes the 7th pitch of the at-bat and deposits it into the left field seats. The count is now a 3-1 ball game, and there's a breaking ball that misses down to Yastrzemski, and the count is 1-0. So being able to throw strikes, being able to command the pitches, Longoria absolutely tattooed it. In a lot of ways, just waiting out Kyle Hendricks. There's a fastball swung on, and this is lifted into center field for a base hit. And Yastrzemski is aboard with a single with nobody out here. And the scheduled hitter is supposed to be the pitcher's spot, so we're going to see if we're going to have a pinch hitter. And it absolutely will be. It's going to be Steven Duggar. That's going to bring the pitching coach out to the mound to have a word with his right-hander. You can probably see why the Cubs like this right-hander McGill. He's a big fella. He is a power arm. He's got the ball up to 98, 99 miles an hour. He stands at 6'8", 250 pounds. He was originally drafted out of college by the Cardinals in the 3rd round of the 2014 draft, and he was redrafted by the Padres in the 7th round of the 2015 draft out of Loyola Marymount University. Thus far at the big league level, he has been absolutely scorched. There's a right-hander now up in the bullpen for the Cubs. That's Rucker, and there's a fastball that misses down and in. And the count is 1-0 to Duggar. So a strong pitching performance by Kyle Hendricks is going to waste for the Cubs as they now trail 3-1. So 3 balls, 3 runs on the board, 2 in this inning for the Giants. They've scored 3 in the last 2 innings. So here comes the 1 ball and no strike pitch. Gill kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 2-0. There's a 5-alarm blaze going on the mound, and they've got to get that bullpen heated up and ready to go. So here comes the pitch from McGill. It's a fastball outside. It gets away from the catcher. That is going to advance Yastrzemski to second base, and it's going to make the count 3 balls and no strikes to Duggar. One would think this is going to be the last batter that McGill is going to face if he can't retire Duggar. I don't know if that's going to be a pass ball or a wild pitch. It did hit the glove of the catcher, but in fairness to Contreras, he really had to go to his backhand side. And the ball just had a lot of run on it, and it just kept running and running and running in toward the right-handed batter's box. Official ruling is a wild pitch. That's pretty harsh. There's a fastball upstairs, and that misses for ball 4. That is going to put runners at first and second, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Tommy La Stella. Andy Green, who is the acting manager right now for the Cubs, has seen enough of this right-hander, and he's going to be making a pitching change as they go to the bullpen, and that is going to be it for Trevor McGill. So we're going to have a pitching change, and when that happens, we'll be back in just a couple moments to give you all the details. It's 3-1 right now for the Giants here in the top of the seventh. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. Here's our friend Steve again.
Hello, kids. Steve coming at you. It's Steve Rademacher. And if you like interesting stuff, if you like to laugh a little bit, and if you enjoy collecting, this channel's for you. If you like non-sport cards, we have them. You like pseudo-sport cards, we open them. Even if you like entire boxes of completely pointless stuff or other sports, we have everything here. I drop a different video every day, and there's always a theme to it, from No Filter Friday to Saturday morning cartoons, even Sunday shoutouts. Once in a while, we'll get a little froggy and show Money Money Monday, where I showcase a bunch of my currency. We have Legos, we have Star Wars, we have a good time. We even have my brother on Takeover Tuesday. Be there or be square. Back to Freddy.
Thanks again, Steve. We have another pitching change, and it is going to be Michael Rucker coming in to replace Trevor McGill. And Rucker, the right-hander, is in a similar spot to McGill in terms of a season performance. He's got an ERA of over 8. He is going to be taking on here in relief of the right-hander McGill, who his line is not complete yet, but he has failed to been able to get an out in the inning. He has been replaced. So another rookie right-hander coming into the game. And so Rucker on the season is going to be in his 13th appearance. He's pitched 19 in the third innings so far. He's allowed 22 hits, 18 runs, all of which are earned. He's walked 9 and struck out 24. So both of these pitchers are apprenticing at the big league level. Rucker was originally 11th round pick of the Chicago Cubs out of BYU. So here we go, ready to go. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses inside, and the count is 1-0 to Tommy La Stella. La Stella today is 0 for 3. He's popped out to third, he's grounded to short, and he's flown out to center field. Runners are at first and second. There's nobody out here, and there is a breaking ball grounded foul on the first base side. And the count is 1-1. Elizabeth C. says she wants the Cubs to win. Thanks, Elizabeth, for stopping in today. We're glad you could be here to listen to our call. The Cubs are struggling right now on the mound, and they were struggling on offense. They've only got 2 hits today. There's a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count now is 2-1 to La Stella. Frank Schwindel currently has both of the Cubs' hits. One he's hit for the home run, and he's accounted for their only run. The other was an infield base hit in the last inning. So 3-1 for the Giants. Here comes the 2-1 pitch, and it is a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count goes 2-2 to Tommy La Stella. La Stella was the one who was able to stop the ball going to his backhand side off Schwindel last inning. As I mentioned before, I think that probably would have been an error. I do think that La Stella had a crack at first base, but the favorable scoring in Chicago allowed Schwindel to get his second hit of the ball game. And there is a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded back to the pitcher. They go to second for 1, over to first, and it's a great play by the pitcher, Rucker. That's going to go as a double play, 1-6-3. He's going to help get himself out of this jam. And he was left by McGill. So Duggar is erased at second for the first out, and the second out, of course, was LaStella at first. The runner, Yastrzemski, is going to advance to third, and that'll bring up the first baseman today, Brandon Belt. So Brandon Belt on the afternoon today has had himself a solid game. He doubled and scored a run his last time up. He's walked the other 2 times. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted to left field. This is deep. It's going to be trouble, and it's going to be gone over the ivy. And it's going to get pinned against the fence and the cement wall. That's his 22nd homer of the season. And Brandon Belt has extended the Cubs lead, or the Giants lead over the Cubs, to 5-1. A 4-run uprising here in the 7th inning has blown this game apart. And with 2 outs, that's going to bring Buster Posey to the plate. So the Cubs fans are probably running to the beer stand for last call. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike by Posey, and the count is 0-1. The beer is definitely flowing in Wrigley now, I would think, and there's a changeup swung on and missed by Posey, and the count is 0-2. So Belt has had himself an afternoon. He's lived up to his namesake. He's belted the ball all around the park. In his last 2 at-bats, he's got the homer, the double, and 2 walks on base all 4 times today. And here's the 0-2 to Posey. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away. And the count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-2 to Posey. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Posey's average has slipped to 301 on the season today as he's 0 for 3. He's got the 17 homers to go with 45 RBIs. There's a breaking ball waved at and missed. And Posey is going down on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning, but the damage has been done. The San Francisco Giants scored 4 runs in the inning on the benefit of a couple of home runs, 2 2-run homers by Longoria and by Belt. There were 3 hits. Check that, 4 hits in the inning. There were no errors, and there was nobody left on base. We are now going to the bottom of the 7th inning. It is the San Francisco Giants 5, the Chicago Cubs 1. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few minutes. The call of the bottom 7th inning. We're glad you're able to stop in and check it out.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Appreciate you, Matt. That's Matt Hollis, a supporter of our channel. That's Another Hollis Build. Be sure to check out his channel after the stream today. We'll be back in just a couple minutes with the call of the bottom of the 7th inning. It is 5-1 for the San Francisco Giants over the Chicago Cubs. Hold tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. This is going to be the sixth pitcher used of the afternoon for the Giants today. It is Tyler Rogers on the mound taking over for Camilo Doval. And the first pitch he delivers to the catcher Contreras is a ball low, and the count is 1-0. The sidewinder from the right side goes back to work, and it's a fastball low, and the count is 2-0. It's the heart of the Cub batting order here to face the Giants in their half of the seventh inning. It's Contreras, Wisdom, and Hayward. Contreras today is 0 for 2. He's grounded out and struck out, and there is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 2-1. As we said at the top of the stream, it is a bullpen day for the Giants. They are using a lot of arms today for the ball game against the Cubs. Here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is 2 strikes. Rogers, the 6'5" arm here. I'm just taking a look at Tyler Rogers. Actually, Rogers is a tall, lanky right-hander. They list him at 6'3" and 181 pounds. And there's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is 3-2 now to Contreras. So 3 strikes, and here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses outside, and Contreras is aboard with a leadoff walk here in the seventh inning for the Cubs. That's going to bring up Patrick Wisdom, the third baseman. On the season, Rogers is 6-1. This is his 69th appearance. He leads all of Major League Baseball in this category. He's got an ERA of 1.72. He's also got 12 saves on the year for the Giants. He's appeared coming into today with 68 innings, allowing 57 hits, 16 runs, and 13 earned. So the runner at first is Contreras. Here's the pitch to Wisdom. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. It's 5-1 here in the bottom of the seventh inning. The Giants have scored all of their runs in the last 2 innings, the sixth and the seventh innings. So here comes the 0-1. It's fastball swung on. It is lifted foul into the seats down the left field line. The count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Wisdom gets himself set again, ready to get back in the box. Comes the 0-2 pitch from Rogers. He delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses low and away, and the count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Shortstop, he flips it to second to La Stella for 1, over to first, and it's a double play. A beautiful play over there by Crawford. Crawford, the shortstop, makes the play, gets it over to La Stella. That one's definitely going to be a web gem. He had to go to his left. He has to outstretch his arm. He gets it. He backhands it over to La Stella at second base. They fire over to Belt at 1. It's a double play of the 6-4-3 variety. That is going to bring up Jason Hayward. Hayward today is 0 for 2. He's flown to left and flown to right his 2 times up. It's the second time today the Cubs have grounded into a double play. There's the first pitch to Hayward. It is a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. Rogers really drops down off of the side. He's a total sidewinder at 6'3". And there's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and tap foul over on the third base side. The count is 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. The shadows are starting to creep in at Wrigley, and here's the pitch from Rogers. It comes up and in, and it hits Hayward. The pitch, he was leaning a little bit, and it where the angle where Rogers threw, he came up and in. I'm sure that wasn't designed at 0-2 to come inside and to hit him. That ball got away on him, and it ended up hitting him right off of the hand, the right hand, as he was trying to pull away. So Hayward becomes the runner at first, 2 away here on the hit batter. That brings up David Bodie to the plate. There's a changeup that misses down and in, and the count is 1-0 to Bodie. Bodie today has flown to left, and he has walked in his 2 appearances to the plate. He's officially 0 for 1. Rogers gets the sign from his catcher. He delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It's lifted into center field. Moving back underneath it is Yastrzemski. He's going to make the catch. That is going to retire Bodie for the 3rd out of the inning. So for the Cubs in their half of the inning, they had no runs. There was no hits. There were no errors, and 1 runner left the board. We're through 7 complete. It is the San Francisco Giants 7, the Chicago Cubs 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call at the top of the 8th inning. Glad you can make it in today for some afternoon baseball. Whether you're at work or you're at home, we're happy that you are here.
Would you like to support Last Raps Baseball? We would appreciate it if you did. Be sure to check out our eBay page where we have baseball merchandise. We also have stuff from the Japanese League for those who listen from Japan, but we also do other sports like football and basketball as well. Don't forget, visit Last Raps Baseball's eBay store to help support the channel. We'll be glad you did.
Welcome back, everybody. We'll be going to the check that top of the 8th inning in just a couple moments after these tunes. We're glad you're with us today. Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the top of the 8th inning. It is going to be the heart of the San Francisco Giant batting order coming up to face the Cubs pitchers. It's going to be Lamont Wade Jr., Chris Bryant, and Brandon Crawford. The last couple innings, the damage has been done by the Giants. They had 2 two-run homers in the top of the 7th inning. One by Evan Longoria and the other by Brandon Belt, and that has blown the game open here for the Giants. The Cubs today have only got a couple of base hits, and both have come from Frank Schwindel. So it'll be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters to get things going, and the first pitch from Rucker is a strike, and the count is 0-1 to Wade Jr. Rucker goes back to work, and there's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Ivan Richardson comes in to give a fist pump for the Giants. Thanks for stopping by, Ivan, today. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's a fastball that makes Wade Jr. get out of the way, and the count is 2-1. The Giants just had to patiently be able to wait it out against the starter Hendricks once they were able to get rid of him. All the damage, shouldn't say all the damage. 1 run was given up today by Hendricks. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is yanked into the right field corner, but it's going to stay up long enough for the right fielder Hayward to come over and make the grab. And he's going to retire Wade Jr. for the first out of the inning. Goes down as a fly ball to right field for out number 1. Wade Jr. has 2 of the 8 hits today for the Giants, and that's going to bring up the left fielder Chris Bryant. Bryant today got a rousing round of ovation his first time up. He's not had a great return to the Wrigley today. He's 0 for 3, struck out twice and grounded out. He's ready to get back to the action. Here's the first pitch from Rucker. It's a breaking ball that misses down. The count is a 1-0 to Bryant. The shortstop Brandon Crawford is waiting his turn on deck. So here comes the 1-0 to Bryant. Rucker delivers. It's a fastball at 97 that misses low and away, and the count is 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Bryant batting from the right side. Here's the pitch from Rucker. It's a breaking ball, and they appeal down to the first base umpire, and they said he went. 2 balls and 1 strike. The first base umpire today for the ball game is Carlos Torres, and we wouldn't know who it is because he's got a face mask all the way up in his sunglasses. You can't see his face. You can't see anything. He almost looks like a robot out there at first base. And there's a breaking ball that misses down. The count is 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. There's a fastball that misses low and away, and Bryant is aboard for the first time today. They base on balls here in the 8th inning. So 1-out walk to Bryant is going to bring up the shortstop Brandon Crawford. Crawford today is 1 for 3. He scored a run his last time that he came up to bat. It was a single, and he came around on the 2-run homer by Longoria. He's also flown to left and grounded to third. So Steve Rademacher says that we don't need any Giants. Well, the Giants are doing their part right here. It is their ball game today to lose at this point. Here's the first pitch to Crawford. It is swung on, and it is ripped foul into the seats just past the first base dugout, and the count is 0-1. So Crawford today has made some sparkling plays defensively. He got that double play going in the last inning as he had to range to his left to get the ball. Made a beautiful backhanded flip over to the second baseman, LaStella, who completed the double play. So Crawford still showing some range, and there's a fastball that misses in, and the count is 1-1. Crawford is 34 years old. He'll turn 35 after the season. He's got himself another contract for next year, and here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball, swung on and missed. The count is 1-2. He's been a Giant his entire career. He's a 3-time All-Star. This is offensively arguably the best year of his career. So the runner at first is Bryant. There's 1 away. It's a 1-2 pitch to Crawford, and it is a fastball swung on. And it's going to get past the diving outstretched arms of David Bodie into right center field. And the Giants have something brewing again here in their half of the 8th inning. Base hit by Crawford sends Bryant all the way around to third, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Evan Longoria. The Giants' offensive weapons are just so deep. Look at their batting order. When you've got Mikey Yastrzemski hitting 8th in your order, you've got all kinds of other stuff. Dirtbag says Brandon Crawford for MVP. Thanks for stopping in, Dirtbag. I don't know if he's an MVP or not. His numbers are fairly decent. His batting average is okay as well, and it is going to be a toss-up of who gets it in the National League. There's a breaking ball that misses outside the Longoria, and the count is 1-0. If he's going to get the nod for MVP, there probably needs to be some people on the soapbox standing up in San Fran. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. Probably the first half of the season MVP would have been Fernando Tatis, but his game has gone sideways in the second half of the season, as has the San Diego Padres. There's talk about Bryce Harper being an MVP candidate. I don't know how you do that. With Harper, his average is good. His home runs are all right. He's not driving in the runs. There was a fastball swung on it, is lifted into right field. Moving over underneath it is Hayward. He's going to make the catch. Tagging at third is Bryant. He's going to score easily. And the Giants now have extended their lead to 6-1. That's going to be a sacrifice fly for Longoria. Crawford is going to stay at first base. He's going to pick himself up another RBI. That's going to bring up Mike Yastrzemski to the plate with 2 away here in the 8th inning. Yastrzemski comes to bat, and the pitcher's spot is next. As it is a bullpen day, they've used a number of them. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is tap foul over on the first base side. The count is 0-1 to Yastrzemski. Dirtbag says if he was on the Dodgers, he would be considered more. And I have to agree with you. There are certain teams and certain marketplaces that certainly would get a little bit more glamour. The San Francisco Giants have played workman-like baseball over the last number of years. There's a fastball that misses inside. Count now is 1-1. And probably the player that would be the one considered for that would be Buster Posey. He always gets the love, although his power and his RBI production for where he hits is not where it's been in other years. And there's a foul ball that's going to land on top of the Cubs dugout. So the count now goes to 1-2 on Yastrzemski. Right now, the best that they can offer for the Dodgers is Max Muncy as a potential MVP candidate. And certainly for his on-base percentage, his slugging percentage, all of that, he's in pretty good shape. And in the middle of the at-bat, they've moved themselves into a shift here against Yastrzemski. They were playing him pretty much in a normal position, and now they've moved Patrick Wisdom over to the right side of second base. So here comes the 1-2 to Yastrzemski. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 2-2. It's a good block by the catcher Contreras. He's able to control the ball. Just a reminder, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure that you come and check out our late night game, as we're calling the game tonight between the Oryx Buffaloes and the Chibolote Marines. This is our calling card. We do a lot of Japanese games. There's the pitch, and it is a fastball that misses up and in. That game is going to start at 10 o'clock Pacific or 1 o'clock on the East Coast. So 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Yastrzemski. Yastrzemski gets himself dug in in the batter's box, and here comes Rucker with the 3-2. It's a fastball swung on. It's ripped foul just on the dugout side of the tarp, trickles down the right field line, and that is going to keep the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. The Giants currently have a 2.5 game lead over the Los Angeles Dodgers in the race for the West. Eric Rudd, I don't know, 11 says the Giants are so roided up. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. The Giants are a pretty good ball club from top to bottom, solid outfit. I'm not a Giant fan per se. There's a fastball swung on and missed. That is retire Yastrzemski here for the 3rd out of the inning, as he is retired on strikes for the first time today. So for the Giants in their half of the 8th inning, they had 1 run in the inning. There was 1 hit, there was no errors, and 1 runner left on base. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple minutes with the call of the bottom of the 8th inning. We're glad you're with us. Hold tight. We'll be right back.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city, San Diego, baby. I take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Thanks again, Matt. That is Matt Hollis of Another Hollis Build. He has a YouTube channel, so if you're after the game looking for something to entertain you, be sure to check out Matt's channel. He does it all. And we really appreciate Dirtbag for stopping in today and giving us the sub. I see Phil Cantillon is in the house. Great to see you back again, Phil. It's been a while. We are going to be doing the late night game tonight between the Oryx Buffaloes and the Saitama Cebu Lions. That's going to go at 10 Pacific or 1 o'clock on the East Coast. Back to doing our Japanese games a couple of times a week. And we are squeezing in some Major League games as well. We'll be back tomorrow doing the same two teams, the Giants and the Cubs. We'll go at it again on Saturday, and that will be our game. We will be setting up our schedule for the rest of the weekend. We'll be taking care of the Buffaloes and the Lions again on a Saturday night. Sunday, we haven't made any announcements in our week ahead, so we are going to try to put some stuff up on the channel so you can see where our schedule is at. So there is a pitching change for the San Francisco Giants. They have a left-hander now in. It's Tony Watson in the game, and he is facing Sergio Alcantara. The first pitch is a called strike. It's the 53rd game for Watson this season, 48 and a third innings under his belt. He's got an ERA of 3.91. And here's the pitch. It is a changeup that misses off the outside corner, and the count is 1-1. We started to call some of the NPB games again last weekend. They had their break with the Olympics as they shut their league down. We had some commitments here at our end. We weren't calling games for quite a while, but we're glad to be back in the saddle. And here comes the 1-1 pitch, and it's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-2 to Alcantara. Alcantara today is 0 for 1 officially. He grounded into a double play his last time up, and he walked in the third inning. His averages slipped to 201 on the season. He's got 3 homers and 10 RBIs. Here comes the pitch from Watson. It's a fastball swung on and missed. That is going to retire Alcantara for the first out here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and that's going to bring up the pitcher's spot in the batting order, but one would think that we've seen enough of Michael Rucker today. And it's going to bring up the pinch hitter, Robinson Chirinos. So Chirinos is getting himself set. He is a right-handed stick. Former Texas Ranger catcher. Takes a called strike for strike number 1. Those were probably the most memorable years of his career. Since he was with Texas, he's bounced around a little bit. He's been with Houston and the Mets and now the Cubs. He's in the twilight of his career. He's 37 years old, and here's the 0-1 pitch, and it's a fastball from Watson that misses upstairs. And the count is 1-1. Chirinos did begin his big league career with the Tampa Bay Rays. Native of Venezuela, has been in the big league since 2011. Here's the pitch from Rogers. It is a changeup swung on and fouled away. And the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Chirinos had a decent season with regular action with the Houston Astros back in 2019. And since then, he has been a backup slash part-time catcher the last couple of seasons. There's a fastball that misses up. Count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is the 7th pitcher used by the Giants today is Watson, and he delivers a fastball that swung on and missed. That is going to retire Chirinos for the 2nd out here in the 8th inning. That'll bring up the top of the order, Rafael Ortega. Ortega is coming to bat. There was a graphic earlier today that he was hitting .058 against left-handed pitching this year. He is getting another opportunity to swing the stick. On the season, his average has slipped to .284. He's got the 10 homers and 31 RBIs. There's a changeup that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. Today, he has struck out on all 3 times he has come to the plate. He is 0 for 3 today. So the way this performance has gone, I think the Cubs may want to consider burning this uniform. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is driven deep to right field. Moving back on the warning track is Wade Jr. He's going to make the catch, and that is going to put Ortega away on the deep fly ball to right field for out number 3 here in the 8th inning. So for the Cubs in their half of the 8th, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. Moving to the top of the 9th inning, it is the San Francisco Giants out ahead of the Cubs. 6-1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call of the 9th inning in just a moment. Glad you've stuck it out with us this far. Here's our last Japanese Baseball Hall of Fame memory. We played some of these in the earlier innings. Check it out. If you're ever in Tokyo, it's at the Tokyo Dome at the Egg. It's kind of cool. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the 9th inning. It is going to be the part of the batting order for the Giants. It'll be the pitcher's spot. Then it's going to be La Stella and Belt. I'm sure we're going to see ourselves a pinch hitter as they've been doing the bullpen day for the Giants. And we'll be back in just a moment after these tunes for the call of the 9th inning. Stay tuned, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 9-1-2 spots in the order coming up for the Giants. And as we mentioned before, there is going to be some changes happening here. It is now Mauricio Dubon is going to be coming up to bat for the Giants, and they have a new pitcher for the Chicago Cubs as Tommy Nance is now entering the game. He'll be the 4th pitcher for the Cubs today. Nance is a right-handed pitcher. He's got himself a 5.06 ERA on the season. He is going to be entrusted to try to close this one out as the Cubs are trailing right now 6-1. So Nance, the right-hander, ready to go to work against Dubon, and the first pitch is a fastball swung on. It is tapped over to third. Wisdom takes it on the hop. He fires to first, and Schwindel makes the play. That is going to retire Dubon for the first out of the inning. It goes down as a ground out, 5-3. So one up and one away, and that's going to bring the second baseman, Tommy La Stella, to the plate. La Stella today is 0 for 4. He's popped out to third. He's grounded to short. He's flown out to center, and he grounded into a 1-6-3 double play his last time up. Here's the pitch to La Stella. It's a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and one strike. Stella's batting average has dropped to .232 on the season. Here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It's lifted foul on the third base side, and the count is now 0-2. So no balls and two strikes. (6-1), the Giants lead it here in the top of the ninth inning. Nance ready to go back to work. Here's the 0-2 pitch to La Stella. It's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded to second. It's fielded by Bote. He fires to first, and that is going to retire La Stella for the second out of the inning here, and that's going to leave it up to Brandon Belt. For Belt today, all he has done is lived on the base paths. He's walked twice, he's doubled, and he's homered. He's had a solid afternoon. He has accounted for 2 of the San Francisco runs, and he takes a fastball upstairs for a called strike, and the count is 0-1, but he's also knocked in a pair, so he himself has been a big part of the action. It is Jay Jackson getting warm in the San Francisco bullpen, and there is a two-seam fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2. So here comes the 0-2 pitch to Belt. Nance kicks and delivers, and there's a breaking ball that misses low and away. So here we go. Here's the 1 and 2 strike pitch to Belt. He kicks and delivers, does Nance, and he's taken that for a called third strike. And that is going to do it here in the top of the ninth inning for the Giants. So for the Giants, they go quietly in their half of the ninth. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're moving to the bottom of the ninth inning. The Chicago Cubs are up to their last wraps. They've got 3 outs to go. We'll be back in just a couple minutes to give you the bottom of the ninth inning. 6-1 for the Giants. Stick around, everybody. Glad you could be here with us today.
Well, you got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
After the game, be sure to go check out Matt Hollis and another Hollis build. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the action here in the bottom of the ninth inning. We're glad you're with us. We'll be back after these tunes. Welcome back, everybody. There is a pitching change for the San Francisco Giants. Jay Jackson is going to be taking to the hill. He's going to appear in his 21st game. He's got 17 2/3 innings under his belt. He's got an ERA of 4.58. Jackson is familiar to us as he has played in the Japanese League. He was with the Chiba Lotte Marines for a brief cup of coffee last year. He spent 2019 in the Milwaukee Brewers organization at the big league and AAA levels, and he was with the Hiroshima Toyo Carp back in 2016, 17, and 18. He is had parts of 3 seasons at the big league level. He's getting an opportunity here as a 33-year-old in San Francisco, and he's going to face Frank Schwindel, Ian Happ, and Wilson Contreras here in the 9th inning for the Cubs. The Cubs have only got 2 hits today, and the man at bat, Frank Schwindel, has both of them. Here's the first pitch to Schwindel. It is a changeup taken low, and the count is 1-0. Schwindel today homered and accounted for the only run for the Cubs. He's also singled, and he's flown out to center field. So here comes the 1-0 pitch to Schwindel. Jackson kicks and delivers, and there's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 2-0. Jackson is the 8th pitcher used today by the Giants. So 2 balls and no strikes to Schwindel. Jackson comes set at the belt. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses inside, and the count is now 3-0. Nothing worse than your relief pitcher coming into the ball game and he can't throw strikes, and you got yourself a 5-run lead. Got to be able to lay it over across the plate and let the Cubs hitters find a way to get themselves out. And there's a fastball that's taken for a called strike. The count is 3-1. That pitch was, in my books, up and away. As we look at that one again, Jackson had done nothing to show that he was around the zone, and then he gets a borderline pitch on the upper outside corner. So Schwindel, was ready to take off his shin guard, has to stay in and swing the bat. There's a breaking ball that's fouled away, and the count is now 3-2. A man from Oak Park makes a great catch over behind the first base side of home plate. Fantastic one-handed grab. Holding a beer in the other hand. Showing some athleticism. He gives the ball to a young child, so it'll make that boy happy as well. And so here comes the 3-1 pitch, and it's a breaking ball that misses off the plate. Check a 3-2 pitch. And that is going to allow Frank Schwindel to reach base for the 3rd time today with a base on balls. That's going to bring up the left fielder, Ian Happ. So Happ today is 0 for 3. He's struck out, he's flown to center, and he has flown to left. His average has slipped to 221 on the campaign. So Jackson working from the stretch, he holds at the belt. He kicks and he delivers. There's a fastball that misses up and away, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Sure don't want to let the Cubs hang around. Even though it's a 5-run lead, you are playing in Wrigley Field, and runs can get up on the board in a hurry. There's a changeup swung on and missed, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Jackson comes set at the belt. He kicks and he delivers, and there is a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into left field. Moving over underneath it is Chris Bryant. He's going to make the catch and put it away. It's going to be the first out here in the inning for the Cubs. There's 1 out here in their 9th, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Wilson Contreras. Contreras today is 0 for 2. He's grounded to first. He's struck out. He walked his last time up. It was erased in a double play. So Contreras, the batter, the runner at first is Schwindel. Gets himself dug in, and Jay Jackson ready to go back to work. Jackson holds at the belt. He kicks and he delivers. There's a fastball taken for a called strike on the outside corner, and the count is 0-1. There was a lot of movement on that pitch by Jackson. Looked like the pitch was away, and then it ended up right at the last moment, catching the outside corner. So here's the 0-1 from Jackson. He kicks and he delivers, and it is a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to the shortstop Crawford for one. Back to first, and that is going to be a game-ending and inning-ending double play. It goes as a ground out 6-4-3. Retires Schwindel for the second out at second, and Contreras is the third out. So for the Cubs in their half of the ninth, they had no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. Your final score from Wrigley Field, it is the San Francisco Giants 6, Chicago Cubs 1. We want to thank everybody for listening to our stream this afternoon. For those of you who stuck it out right to the end, we appreciate y'all being here. It was a great day for baseball, and we were really, really pleased to be able to call it for you. We're going to be back on the air later tonight for the Japanese game featuring the Oryx Buffaloes and the Saitama Cebu Lions. Remember, that game is going to go at 10 o'clock Pacific time or 1 a.m. on the East Coast if you are around. Pitching matchup for tonight's game is going to be Cesar Vargas getting the start tonight for Oryx. He's going to go against Tatsuya Emai. For the Lions, that game is going to be at the MetLife Dome. The Oryx Buffaloes are playing very good baseball this year and have a chance to be able to capture the Pacific League title. Once again, everybody, you've listened to another Last Rounds Baseball video production. We hope you have a great day. Come on back to see us again later. We're going to do this all over again. Thanks again for tuning in. Have a great day.